It is 6:01 on August 13th, calling the regular August board meeting to session. Do I note the absence or no since we've resigned?
So I guess you could formally say that a letter of resignation was provided to the board secretary, Ms. Flores, from Ms. Mazurek, so she has stepped down as a board member, effective tonight.
Okay. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, no guests or public comments. Moving down to the approval of the board minutes. I need a motion to approve the regular board meeting minutes of July 11th, 2025, and the Finance Committee meeting minutes of July 31st, 2025 as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Flickling.
Yes.
Belt.
Yeah.
Flores.
Yes.
Hansel.
Yes.
Duchenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, I need a motion to approve the August expenses as submitted.
So moved. Second.
Belt.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Hansel.
Yes.
Duchenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Flickling.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is the treasurer's report.
Alrighty. Balance in the super now account at the end of July was $6,497,306.47. Outstanding checks totaled $19,465.81. July payroll expense carryover $75,918.51. There was a TRS August deduction adjustments that had to be added back in for $106,150.99, leaving the adjusted bank balance at the end of the month at $6,508,073.14. The lunch program balance $3,559. Imprest fund $5,000, giving the total $6,516,573.73. The investment balances were $5,640,210.97, leaving the balance in all accounts at the end of July at $12,156,784.70. July receipts totaled $693,121.62. Expenses $1,324,984.72. The individual fund balances: education funds $7,619,968.21. Building fund $1,674,303.31. Bond and interest $2,050. Transportation $1,265,966.72. IMRF $184,433.45. Working cash $400,691.69. Court fund balance $441,180.56, and life safety $568,190.76. July interest totaled $24,455.90. Just a few distributions from the state. State free lunch $106.52. Title I $35,697. Title II $455. IDEA flow through $33,554, and then the fourth real estate distribution of $379,598.48 was received. The rest of the fund balances are in the back.
Does anyone have any questions or concerns? Alright, so I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved.
Second. Flores.
Yes.
Hansel.
Yes.
Duchenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Flickling.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up are staff reports. We'll start with Dr. Kwasny. Hopefully Ms. Black will be here by the time we get to the bottom. If not,
Good evening. Just a couple updates. We started with our SAVAS, My Perspectives Professional Development on Monday. Our EL teachers wanted to get started early, so we on Monday, and we actually had almost the whole ELA department participate as well. I made it kind of optional because we thought there might be some nice tier 3 resources that we could use with the non-EL students. So, and plus, the EL students will also be in their classroom. So we did that on Monday, and then we have a training for the whole program tomorrow from 10 to 12. So we're excited about that. And then there's also other professional development built in. So we have all the materials, and we have all of our access in terms of online. So we're excited to get started and learn more about the program. The next update is just that we have our open house on Tuesday, and that will be at 5 o'clock at the junior high. And we'll do how we've done in the past. We'll have staff presentations at the beginning, and then after that, kind of a meet and greet and walk around the building, meet the staff and whatnot. And then the third thing is, the only kind of change for this year is going to be our passing period. So I just thought I would mention that. They were 4 minutes before, and we've reduced them to 3 minutes. And the reason for that is because we moved quite a few teachers' classrooms around, so now they're in pods. So all the 6th grade teachers are together, all the 7th grade teachers, and all the 8th grade teachers. Now, as you know, there are a couple teachers that are just a little bit outside of that, but they're still close. The only issue, so we thought, they don't need the 4 minutes now, let's do 3 minutes, and plus, as you know, there are shenanigans sometimes in the hallways, so we thought that we would reduce the disruptions and the behavioral issues in the hallways by having a 3-minute passing. The only issue could be with PE, but I've already spoken to the PE teachers, and we're going to be very lenient at the beginning, like we always are, especially for the 6th graders and new families. And I've talked to them, and it's throughout the entire building, but especially for PE. So they're well aware of, and they always are. As long as you're through the PE doors, you're fine. You don't have to be changed and ready by that time. So we don't foresee any issues, but of course if they are, we'll make adjustments if needed. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Do you foresee it being an issue with them trying to use a restroom in between and switch?
Well, if they have restroom issues, all we ask them to do, and we've
At least check in at the teacher and then go. I assumed, but I figured I'd ask,
Yeah. And if there's a locker issue, and we can see that, and they let us know, we're not gonna mark it. It's just, the other thing. So if there's a true locker issue, if there's a true bathroom issue, I didn't have time to check in, we don't count that against them. We are very understanding, we just don't want them to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, and especially at the beginning, we always wait until after Labor Day anyway to even run tardies, especially for, like I said, the 6th grade and the new students. Anything else? Thank you. Oh, and I did just want to give. I did just want to give a shout out to the secretarial staff, the custodial maintenance staff, and the tech team, because they've been really wonderful over the summer, and I think this is the cleanest that I've seen our building, so I just wanted to give them a special shout out. The bathrooms, the floors, the school in general, all of the kind of little things that sometimes, they do their best, but they don't always get to. I thought they did an awesome job, so I just wanted to give them a shout out as well.
No, please. Solo Pena asked me to say something because he is manning a desk or a table at the open house at the elementary. And Mr. Hernandez has helped us out tremendously when we lost our 2 floors. And so I said I would be more than happy to say this. It's kind of a public service announcement. Women's Self-Awareness and Intro to Self-Defense, August 20th, 5 to 7 p.m. It's a Wednesday, $25 at Sensei's Place, 522 Gould Street. All proceeds benefit Team Pat Hernandez. And so I said, and like I said, Mr. Hernandez has helped us out tremendously with our PE when we lost our floor, so, and a past board member, so I said I would do that for Solo since he was gone. A couple things with Mr. Sarseny. He sent out a senior survey, and I just wanted to kind of just give you an idea of kind of the things that he was asking about. Hey, what are we going to do after graduation? So he's got some, check the boxes there. Do you have a job? I like some of the things here on just kind of who you live with. I'm not too concerned about that, but check any areas you like help in. If it's college explorations, college applications, college visits, career exploration, ACT prep, FAFSA, stuff like that. And then the last 2 questions, what social media platform do you use to check our stuff here at school? And then the last thing, how can I help? So I know he's trying. Hopefully the kids will do that. That's the good news from Sarciny. The bad news from Sarciny is our dog is delayed. So for whatever that's worth, they're going to keep us, you know, in the loop. But they gave you the reasons why they experience a gap in the number of dogs coming to the Duo facility. So we're on the wait list. So I don't know when. They'll have no idea. But I just wanted to update you guys on that as well. Our open house is tomorrow night as well. Same thing. And I would like to thank the maintenance department and Maddie Boley for painting, and the technology staff and the administrative assistants too. It is nice, and even Mr. Wright, Dr. Wright today commented on, because we're at, what's that cord, paracord?
Paracord.
Paracord. So we had paracord like wrapped around the door to try to hold it. He was bending back and he was talking about, you know, you've got really good shoes. Great wax job on the floor. So I mean, he even commented. So they've done a nice job too. And Maddie Boley, hopefully Maddie will come back next year, but that might be our last year. But she does a nice job of touching up. And I think she was at the junior high a lot, the elementary. She just came for like a week for us because that's just kind of where we fall, according to Dr. Gahan. We're bottom of the rung. So, but they did great. They've done great. The trees look fantastic. I can actually see the front, the row, Miller Street. So no, a lot of things Nathan's done too is been very beneficial. So, anything from me? Thank you.
What? You were getting ready to talk. You want me to say you first?
Just making sure you're ready for it.
I'm ready for you.
You've probably seen him as you walk by, maybe you didn't notice him yet. As you leave, you can see him again. The brand new doors with the metal frames are all in there. They look phenomenal, to a point where I already told Nathan, engage with these guys that haven't finished the last 5 doors. Probably next year, this upcoming year, I'll bring it to you guys as well. But they're much more secure because now it's a solid door with a single window. What's up?
No, with you saying that, we even had a contractor come in that's not our, but it's a husband of one of our teachers, and knocking on all the whole door, doing this, and like, wow, these are really sharp and all tight fit. So no, he was very impressed about what those 2 guys did.
Yep. So those gentlemen did one heck of a job making sure that got taken care of. If you walk into the ladies' bathroom, I wouldn't recommend Mr. Meyer doing it, or myself, or Mike, stay out there as well. But everything is done. So we used to have 4 stalls there. We removed one of the toilets altogether, so now there's 3 stalls. The only hiccup we had, the partitions we ordered were on back order, so we put some of the old partitions up there. They're gonna be here next week, so they're still usable, but if you walk in there and be like, why is that an old janky partition? It's because we had to put up the ones that the other guys just kind of ripped down. But it looks phenomenal. Maddie painted it. Action Plumbing did a remarkable job. If you look at the closet here, it is so nice and clean, and the pipes are just, they did a heck of a job, and I can't say enough nice things about both groups that did that. As a matter of fact, the gentleman who did the doors did a little extra work for us by putting the tile around the one toilet they had to chisel out. They actually laid the tile there for us. So they did a really nice job doing that as well. If you look at the elementary, the fence is now down. There is now a green patch where there used to be a brown patch. I can only promise you it's a green patch today. Once we get kids out there and running, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that it continues to be a green patch in the near future. The plan was to get some of the mulch done today. Some things happened. Nathan was very, very busy, so he's gonna go and get a truckload of mulch tomorrow. At minimum, he'll have your mulch up here done. He'll get some by the elementary as well. And then we are also going to be doing the mulch at the EC area. That is one of the things I've proposed as a donation, since our kids use it, and it's a nice place for the community to use. So that's coming down the pipeline on the mulch. Mike alluded to it today. We had, if you remember, Brian Wright, Dr. Wright was in here January of last year, maybe February, and talked to you guys about the Strategos training. It's the active shooter training. And so we still follow EBRS. All of our classrooms will have posters up explaining exactly to not only teachers who have been trained, but subs will see it, kids will see it as well. So if something awful happens, whether it's inside this building, in this community, or even what happened a few years ago in Crete, which was a false one. It was a milk carton, but at least we now have a way to respond. So today, Brian and his teammate Tracy, their main focus was the resistance and the barricade portion of it. I mean, we didn't train them to escape, but as he said, we'll probably look to purchase some paracord for the for teachers, because that's one of the big things that he really emphasized. And with the new doors that we have, they now all have the ADA handles. Those paracord, they trained you how to actually close it and make sure it stays closed. They did a heck of a job. Very passionate. Brian is very passionate about it, and it showed. So if anybody's watching this, I highly recommend listening to Dr. Wright and having him come in. I'll get to the EC in 1 second. I'm sorry, the elementary school in 1 second. And then in terms of FOIA, we had one. We actually got one this morning. Obviously, I'm not going to put it on here because it hasn't been satisfied yet. We had one FOIA this past month. Other than that, so the elementary school. So I want to make sure it gets on the record so everybody at home can see what's going on as well. So last week, we found mildew in some of the classrooms in the first and second grade hallway. I did not say, I said the right word, it is mildew. So it happens when you have moisture in an area that basically has a lack of ventilation and a lack of circulation. That occurred because once our elementary school was the first one done in terms of the waxing. Well, the problem is, and I will take full responsibility of this because it's my responsibility that my staff does what they're supposed to do, those doors should have been left open so you had a full circulation through that hallway and through all those rooms. That didn't happen. Lights were turned off, doors were closed, and then it sat there. So when Monday rolled around, we started getting active again and making sure everything's ready to go. We found mildew in those classrooms in the first and second grade hallway. At that time, Nathan and I told the custodians, hey, clean it, wipe it down, bleach water, make sure it's ready to go. Nathan went and got some 2 dehumidifiers, put one in a classroom and the other one, I believe, in a hallway. And he also went and got air purifiers. On Wednesday, there was still remnants of the mildew, whether that be through ineffective cleaning or it regrew. I'll let you, the first is more likely to have happened. We then pulled Veronica and Lupe, who are the ladies that the two of them I've just talked about. They're phenomenal people. If I could, I would pay them double what they make, and I would fire everybody else. They are phenomenal ladies who do more than anyone should have to do in terms of, so that's not my A crew, that is my A++ crew. They went over and they spent Wednesday, Thursday, Friday cleaning those rooms. And I mean, they tore everything off the shelves, they emptied every desk, they cleared every surface with a 4 foot or a 2 foot by 2 foot cloth. We went through 6 gallons of bleach water just to make sure everything was covered. On Monday, I went and did a personal inspection. I was there with Lupe, with Veronica. We didn't find anything on Monday. She said, hey, this room had a little more mildew than this room, but everything looks good right now. We also got an extra couple dehumidifiers, and now every room has a dehumidifier, every room has an air purifier, and every room has either an oscillating fan or has the ceiling fan engaged. So you have a constant airflow, and I believe we also have a dehumidifier in the hallway. I can't 100% confirm that right now, but I believe there's one in there. Today we had Ideal, the abatement company, Ideal. They're environmentalists. So we had them come out and do a test. We have expedited those results. Those results should be in by Friday. However, I need to have some kind of assurance on, at least on my conscience, that I'm not doing anything to harm kids, most importantly, and staff. So Nathan talked to the guy and said, hey, in your unofficial opinion, because he doesn't have results, do we have a concern? He said, no. He goes, if we did, I would seriously talk to you, and I would make sure that you guys did something right now. He goes, you have dehumidifiers, you have purifiers, you have everything you need to have that to take care of it and handle this as it should be handled. So along with that, he also did a humidity test on every one of on the walls. We had teachers in there. Nathan was there to observe it all. Everything was within the normal range of humidity when they tested it today. So the humidity is at the level it's supposed to be. We have not found anything. Nathan did a full inspection again today. We're gonna continue to clean it every single night until I get a formal results back. Now that we have people starting to walk around, you have air circulating again. So, I mean,
Did they check
that's everything.
all the rooms or just that hallway? Like,
So
did they
that
do the other
hallway
hallways
is the,
too?
so
or-
they have checked all the rooms to make sure. The only ones we found any evidence was that hallway.
So do we think there's a leak of something somewhere?
So what happened?
That's kind of where I was going along the line.
So-
Like, why is the humidity okay in certain spots and not
Yeah.
okay in other spots?
So the 4th and 5th grade, you had,
Sorry?
what's the word I'm looking for?
Boiler,
No,
viewing,
summer school, you had summer school. So that was the last one that you
Not on there.
you had. And the other one's the main hallway, so those doors were open and you had people walking up and down. And so, you had at least some kind of airflow in there.
okay.
It also doesn't face, those classrooms don't face east. So when sun comes up, it's not getting hit directly by the sun every single day. So the way this system works is it reads, like right now, the room you're in right now, there's a unit that reads your parts per million oxygen. So the more gay him talks, the less oxygen's in this room. Sooner or later, it's going to engage. If you're in my office, you'll feel the exact same thing. If you're in Mike's office, once it reaches a certain parts per million, it needs fresh air to come in. This is not like your home air conditioning unit where it removes the humidity and you have 10 or so vents in your house to kind of airflow. You have one vent in this classroom. It does not dehumidify, it does not remove the moisture from that air. So when I bring in parts per million on a humid day, it's humid air. I mean, that's what it is. So it comes in, it sits. It comes in and sits. Stagnant air, no movement, nobody going in to clean that because we already did the deep clean. You let that happen long enough, sure enough, it's like I said, if you put a wet towel on your guys' floor in your basement, I understand the first day it might not be, second day, but if you let it sit there for a month, there's a strong possibility you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna have some white residue around there. You're gonna have mildew. You clean it up, you yell at your kids to put the pool towels where they're supposed to be, and you move on.
So we've had the HVAC there a couple of years and it didn't happen the summer before or the summer before.
Right. So
That's what I'm
the-
trying to think, is
Yep.
there something that happened, like why all of a sudden did this happen
Was
if we
the air
haven't changed
conditioning
anything?
not on?
So the air conditioning is on, the
So isn't there
system's on.
flow then?
So you have flow that comes in and then it stops. It doesn't escape, it doesn't go, I mean, it goes back into the PUV, but it doesn't, it's not like if I open a door, you then have an actual flow of fresh air continuously. It's coming in, you have some that goes away, but if I go all the way over to that wall, which it's supposed to do with the unit, that air over time might get pushed down and sucked back over, but it's gonna take a while. But if I have that door open, then when my air comes in, at least the air's gonna escape that way and that way. And if I have Marie and Adriana and Mike walking around, that's also making the air flow. Like human bodies create a lot of movement for air, as opposed to just, if we all sat here, the air would settle. So
Yeah,
that-
why is it this year and not any other years? Like
So
this?
my guess, and again, this is only the second year, normally the elementary is the last one that gets done. Last year we had, what project did we do at the elementary last year?
Floor, no floors, did we do tile
So we
floors?
did the tile, so we had workers in there the whole summer. And so by the time the workers got out of there, then we did our deep clean. So there was always somebody in there working or doing something. And then when they were the last one to get waxed, so they did their deep cleaning probably at the end of July, when it started getting really humid, but we're already doing the cleaning and the waxing. It doesn't have that capability of settling. That's again, that is what I'm guessing happened this year. So what have I learned? I'm not closing doors. We're probably gonna make sure that we don't just, as much as I wanna get to the junior high and get to the high school and get the ladies over there and the gentlemen over there to start cleaning, it's gonna be a weekly thing. Go over there, make sure everything is copacetic. We're not removing the dehumidifiers, so they're gonna be there now permanent. They were never there before, so I have done a lot to make sure that this doesn't happen again. If it happens again, I don't have an answer. But I can assure you it's not because I don't care.
And there's no issues Danula has found, like underlying, so we just
Zero.
think it was a
Zero.
kind of fluke.
Because we were kind
everything.
of hoping, not hoping, but had the humidity meter been like, oh, the ceiling tile should be at 0, it was at 0. Oh, it's at 20%, you might have a roof leak. No. You have a cinder block wall, 30% humidity. Well, it's a cinder block wall, it absorbs air. Yes, you should have that. There was nothing that indicated that we have an excess of moisture in any one of the rooms.
Okay.
So, again, like I said, obviously the people tonight, Nathan's gonna have the crew go in again tomorrow night, make sure it's clean. And as soon as, I assure you, as soon as I get the results from my deal, who expedited down to Bloomington, he said earliest will be Friday, maybe Monday. I will make sure, not only do I share it with the board, I'll put it on the website and make sure the community knows as well. So. He checked, as I said, he checked those rooms, and he also checked the room 40, which is the one, if you remember, I think Adriana, you sent me an email 6 or 7 years ago. That's the one that Brad and Mike had some dealings with. So we also, because that seems to be the worst one of them all, I also had him check that room. Right now, that room is not used. I don't think it's been really used for anything other than a quick meeting with kids, but we've never had any kind of thing show up over the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I don't think they did dehumidifiers or any of that.
There's been a
I don't-
dehumidifier
yeah,
down there
I don't
before.
remember, I said it's been so long and.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
That was
downstairs,
an issue, but-
there's just the one industrial one that we have running. We now have 2 down there. I have one specific for that room, and I continue to have the industrial one. So, the building's 100 years old.
Yeah.
When one of our teachers asked the environmentalist, don't you think it smells funny? He goes, it smells like your building's 100 years old. Because there's nothing here that tells me, now again, he's just giving us his opinion, not based on the results. As the guy who does it for a living, not me, not Nate.
Will the air purifiers help with that? Will
Should,
they?
100%,
Okay.
yeah. We've also gone through and done all the filters again. They should be on a 6-month cycle, they were done 3 months ago, we just literally did them again. So something that should be on a 1-year cycle that we normally do a 6-month cycle on, we just did a 3-month cycle to get everything, all of our filters in there as well. He's gonna have Key West do a once over tomorrow, to make sure all those units are running as they should. But right now, BAS system tells us every room, every location is 68 degrees in that building.
So when you did the test today, the air purifiers are running and the dehumidifiers are running?
But they were, correct.
So isn't that skewing the results because you have machines in there helping it?
The machines that will be in there permanently, yes.
They don't suggest not doing that and testing it to see?
Nope, he said the only thing you don't wanna have is you don't wanna have human beings in there. So we made sure the staff was not in that not in that location because they were doing the training, because body heat is the one that skews it the most. And so when they encapsulated that air, they did internal air and external air.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Would you like more?
I'm just making sure.
I will talk about the budget when we get down to the budget.
Okay.
So,
I'm guessing the open house is over now, but she's gotta have 5 or 10 minutes to come over.
oh, probably.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to see if you were done, because I was like, got a couple more minutes
Oh,
here.
my budget part will be about 10 minutes, so.
Okay. Well, we can do committee updates real quick then, she'll be here, right? Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Kate Carbs, get it right, has a meeting tomorrow, but that is the open house at the same time, so I probably won't go to that. I thought about maybe trying to do both, but it's at the, I don't know if I could do it. We'll see, we'll see. That's all I have, because it's tomorrow.
Nothing on the scholarship.
Yeah.
I missed the last chamber meeting because we were out of town, so I don't have anything.
Booster Club, we have a few more days left, so if you want to be a sponsor, we're just looking for a few sponsors specifically for, we're doing the ad books for the fall and winter sports, for volleyball and basketball, and we're going to have a section where you can buy an ad there. So we have some room there. If you'd like to sponsor, please contact the Booster Club. We're doing pretty well with the sponsors, so we'll get those banners up pretty soon. Yeah, so yeah, we have the big banners are all sold out. So it's been another great year collecting sponsors. So look out for those new banners coming up very soon. Our next meeting is the 24th, and we want to open it up to everybody. We definitely need some more volunteers. There's only about 6 to 8 of us running this, so we would love to have people to help volunteer as well as look for any help is for our events. Our first event will be coming up around Thanksgiving. We're going to partner with Cross Country,
Yeah.
and we're going to do the a color one then, so look out for that. So.
The foundation's meeting is tomorrow night as well, so hopefully after the high school open house, I'm gonna try to scooch over there. If not, that was our first meeting, but maybe somehow from like me.
Okay, the PTO, I was unable to attend, but I did get the notes, they met on August 11th at the elementary. So the elementary school won the Happy Lawn Sign competition. The PTO is providing popcorn snack bar for the elementary teachers on Friday. PTO will have a table at the open house with giveaways and spirit wear order forms, and Gippo Graphics will do the spirit wear. The Mum fundraiser will kick off on the 22nd. They are obtaining quotes for the vinyl window decals for the elementary like the junior high has. And the funds will have been allocated from the revenue of the Raise Craze. So, and that's all. And their next meeting will go back on the regular schedule.
So they did not, because they had all the specs and the cost for those decals. They were still collecting, or?
She said they were
emailed Mrs.
receiving
Latrago.
quotes, yeah, and the person that sent it, but she said receiving quotes for the vinyl window decals, so
Okay.
I'll clarify that with them.
You didn't talk about those ones.
What's
It's
that,
not
the
yet.
decals?
Is it on there?
Because it's.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's what I was trying to see.
Probably terrible in the movies. Why haven't they doing that?
Depends who I sit by. There's one person I can't go to the movies with.
Listen,
He
Julie,
does not
just
be
watch the
quiet,
movie.
and Ashley knows who that person is. Okay. Well, I guess we'll move on to the budget. Maybe Ms. Black will come before executive session, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's in her car right now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at the cheat sheet that I sent you. I'm sorry, I forgot to print it out. So the finance meeting, Dr. Hansel did a phenomenal job at the first time stepping up into that role.
It's
And
entertaining to watch.
I really stress that you're gonna wanna look at the revenue line, the expenditure line, and then obviously the overall, result line. And so, everything is in the positive with the exception of 3. That is IMRF, tort, life, health, safety. The IMRF, if you remember, when I first took over as superintendent 4 years ago, that was a very large fund that you couldn't take money from to send to O&M or Ed Fund, and so I was bringing that down a little bit. So we still had an extra $15,000 that I under levied it. So I used to do about 100,000 under levy. Now I'm doing about 15. So that should be back to be fully funded next year. Tort, again, large fund that we can't do anything with except for, so we actually added some building insurance into that, the tort fund. And life, health, safety, the reason that's obviously so massive at 215, that is the window project. If we chose to do that this year, we're gonna take that out of health, life, safety funds. Because again, there's nothing you can do with those funds except for specific projects like this. At the end of the day, you're in the black next year. It's, according to my record, $3,600, but it's in the black. And if you remember last year, you started out at negative 600,000. By the end of the year, the amended budget was 300 and some. Well, actually, after the official levy numbers came in and we got our first payment, you guys were in the black last year. So we actually been in the black the last 2 years, but I won't claim it. It's been in the red, wink, wink. We've been in the black. 2 years ago it was because we had the bond money, it was just sitting there. Last year it's because we did some good things. Some of the big expenditures that are on this budget, so everybody knows. The health, life, safety I just mentioned. The boiler, Ms. Flickton asked a really good question, did I get a bid? I have not. I just have it allocated in there just in case something comes up during the year. That way you have it allocated, you can say, hey, this is what we had the money earmarked for. Yes, you don't have to do an amended budget. You guys are aware that that expenditure is there. If you don't do it, that $3,000 is now at $103,000. So that's how you save money throughout the year. This plumbing project is on this fiscal year because it got done in July. So even though you approved it last year, that's on here. I forgot to mention in the meeting, I do apologize, it was an oversight. I did reallocate $170,000 again this year for buses. Last year you guys spent $200, so I let Kelly know that if she's looking to continue to update our fleet, 170 is kind of the magic number. That's probably going to be 2 buses for her. And then obviously you have your CBA, your health insurances, your contracts. That's always a large increase in the budget. So we did get our EBF numbers. I sent that to you. The phenomenal response was we are now tier 2, which is awesome. So how did I not? Again, if you look at the budget form that you all got, it still has us listed as tier 1, but according to the state, and I believe the state before the budgeting form, we're tier 2. So that means we get a little less from the state, but that shows that we're going in the right direction. We went from 69% to I believe it's 80.1% with our revenue. And then our CPPRT, super excited, we got a 2% bump on that. So we will have enough to cover the bond, debt certificate. So all those things are good things. So the budget is looking good. After many, many years of work, you guys have gotten the budget to look good. So, as I said in my note, I will continue to only bring you things that need to be done. On occasion, I'll bring you little things that might. It's nice to, if you're remodeling the house and you put $100,000 into it, nobody wants to hear that you redid the foundation for $90,000 and did nothing else. Sometimes you have to spend that $10,000 to make the lawn look really nice, so people know that you are putting back into at least the cosmetics of it. You guys did a great job with the light last year. You guys have done a phenomenal job with the doors. So like, you're doing things not only non-cosmetic like piping, which stinks. You spent $100,000 on pipes, but you're also doing things that people can see and they know. You're not hoarding money. You're not sitting here going, oh, ha, ha. You're doing things that people, and that's huge. That's a big shift from where it all started. So kudos to you 6.
I have a question, just general, for, how do we allocate, like, for the different funds? Is it like a percentage of the money we get from everything that goes into each fund? Or
So you're referring to revenue or expenditures? Because there's 2 different
revenue?
areas.
So like the O&M fund gets like 2% and, or however that is.
So when you levy, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm gonna.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to use a phrase, it's not meant to insult. I'm going to dumb this down as much as I can. So the state, I'm sorry, not the state, the county says, hey, Gaham, here's your EAV. Your EAV is the best guess that they might have. Now, that includes new property, people who still haven't appealed their taxes, things like that. So they're saying, hey, Jack, Beecher, $230 million is your EAV. That is not the EAV that we're going to be able to pull from. So then I do a little mathematics and I say, all right, I'm going to project 195 is actually what we can pull from. So then the county then says, all right, this is your money last year. This is the CPI, 3%. Your new money can be this. So that, within a tax cap county like Will County, there are caps within individual levies that you can put on there. So the ed fund, I can put all, what's our levy amount? 535. I can put all 535 in the ed, it's dumb, you never do that. Could theoretically, because then Mike Peters gets to spend it, move it all around. But they say, they say, hey, ed fund's unlimited, but your O&M fund is capped at 0.5 or 0.48. And your tort is capped at this. And so what I then do is I talk to Katie and say, all right, where were our expenditures at last year? Where do we think they're going to be next year? Now this all happens in November. So I'm projecting budget now in November. And so at that point in time, we kind of make our best guess and say, hey, this is where we want our money to go. We then send it off to the state. We do a little ballooning, there's a fancy little presentation I do for you guys in December. Then that comes back to me in March, and they say, hey, Gayhem, this is where your numbers really are gonna be, probably. At that point in time, when I did it this year, I can then take that money and I can kind of reallocate it again, say, all right, if our number really is only 530, I want to have a little bit more in, I want to pull a little more from tort because we don't need that much more in tort. I'm going to put that in ed fund. So at that point in time, I can do one final manipulation. So that's how it all works. So, and then when I said the extra money comes, that's because your first payment actually happens at the end of this fiscal year. So if you're projected to get 10 million in ed fund, well, in reality, you're gonna get a 3% bump. You don't really know what that first payment's gonna be, but you're probably gonna get more than 10 million. You're probably gonna get 10.6, 10.5. So that's why I kind of adjust at the very end.
I was just curious. Okay.
Sorry if that was a really long answer for And then EBF, you can kind of allocate how you want. So when I got the budget, our EBF was 365. So I looked at my O&M. O&M was in the red, so I allocated 350 of O&M to O&M, and then I put the remaining in ed fund, which is the majority of money.
Okay.
That's how the sausage is made, y'all.
Are you good with budget?
Did I bore you that much, Mike?
I was waiting for that answer.
Yes. I'm good at, I think that's everything that I had written down. Is there any questions?
No, it's a lot of O and M
A lot of acronyms.
Yeah. And that's your superhero right here. It's not me. She collects all the numbers, all the data, and then she gives it to me and says, all right, good luck. So she does a lot of work. So budget season is you make sure Katie has caffeine and you smile and you say good, say nice things.
Yes, for tell her she's great. Okay, Miss Black, do you have your report?
Alright. Thank you for understanding. It was a great night over there with lots and lots of parents. Couldn't, and students, of course, could not believe when I opened up the door, it was like I was standing in a nice line on the sidewalk.
Yeah, wow. It was.
Around
On your
the side
mind,
of the building. It was crazy. So lots and lots of people in the building tonight. That was great. I guess the main thing I wanted to share, our training today went really well. I think it was good for everyone to get a good refresher. It's weird because I don't know what they already said. I don't know if anyone talked about this already. But it was nice to have a refresher. And each company kind of does things a little bit differently. I mean, it's the same general principles, but there were definitely some good takeaways of things that, not that EBRS does a great job also, but just different things to think about, different things that we talked about in conversation. So I think it was really good today. Tomorrow should be more of a, I don't want to say fun, well, I'm trying to make it fun. Our theme is Better Together, so I have a lot of different things that are going to go together tomorrow. So we're going to do some coffee and donuts, we're going to do pen and paper, we're going to do cheese and crackers, we're going to do glow and grows, where they're going to meet and talk with their teams about things. We are going to have a staff meeting. Other than that staff meeting, teachers will have the time to work in their rooms, do the things that they need to do. And after all those supplies got dropped off tonight, we will definitely have lots to do to get that working. So, the number here, I forgot to ask the ladies on the way out, but we definitely have far less than 28 students who are not finished with the registration. I believe Barb said only a couple, so I think 3 or 4 who weren't finished. So that's definitely a good thing. And then anytime, if anybody wants to, I was going to include pictures and I forgot to, but we have a thank you card started for Faith Church. They donated some money over the summer and I spent that money on the staff lunchroom. So it looks really great in there. I don't know if you got a chance to peek in.
I didn't. I wanted to, and I completely forgot.
Well, if you're ever, driving by and you want to pop in and see it, it looks fabulous. And along with doing that, I moved all kind of the work stuff into a different space that we had. So
while you're trying to relax and eating lunch, there's nobody laminating or, you know, a book binding machine or anything like that around. So, definitely well received, and I think the teachers really appreciate having a more relaxing place. So, the grass, we'll see how that goes. It's so exciting. I know we tried it a couple of times. I'm just going to keep having hope that maybe it grew a little bit more than it did the other summers before the kids get a chance to run on it. But it looks great right now. So, does anyone have any other questions about?
I was curious, what is the climate committee?
Sure. So one of the things that we are always working on in our building is just kind of the climate and culture around the building, staff morale, how they feel we're doing as far as communicating with one another, how we're doing with just some of those kind of feelings things, let's say, around the building. So I sent out a survey I asked a few teachers at the end of the year, teachers who have been there for a while, who I know have good relationships with the other staff members, who the staff members feel comfortable going and talking to. Because in my perfect world, I would like to believe that anybody would always come and talk to me if they have a concern, but in the real world, that doesn't always happen. So I picked a few teachers who I feel like I really connect with the staff, and then sent out a survey, and I was hoping to get a little bit more people responding, but it was summer, so people don't always, check their email and that. So I'm going to talk about it at our staff meeting again tomorrow, give the teachers a couple more days, and then we're going to, as a committee, look at those results. And then I kind of, from looking at the ones I kind of have some thoughts about just the concerns that came up. So then coming up with some other maybe smaller focus areas about, hey, how could we do this a little bit better? How could we do that a little bit better? And working on those things throughout the year, and then using that same survey again in the middle of the year and at the end of the year to see if we're making progress in those areas. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thanks.
Next up is executive session. So
Just in time.
I need a motion to proceed to executive session for the purpose of Act 5 ILCS 120-2C1.
So moved.
Second.
Hansel?
Yes.
DeChenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Yep, there it is.
There it is, red. Are you ready? I'll wait till he gets back to his chair.
Oh, okay. So you don't have the
No.
Right, go back, so now everybody sees me.
Okay, it is 7:16 on August 13th. Regular board meeting back in session. Next up is new business. Does anyone need any of the employment separated? There's only 2 of them, but. No, only 2 that are being hired together.
Hired.
Alright, so first up, I need a motion to acknowledge the retirement of full-time bus driver Jocelyn Davis Beck and the resignation of Melissa, I should have asked, Proskurniak
Proskurniak, yes.
as junior high school teacher aide.
So moved.
Second.
DeChenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Hansel?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, I need a motion to approve the employment of Jody Cook as junior high school teacher aide and Ken Kiner as high school PE teacher.
So moved.
Second.
DeChenko?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Flickling?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Hansel?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, I need a motion to approve the intent to retire of Sheila Obenhaus as elementary school teacher.
So moved.
Second.
Hanson,
Yes.
Flickman,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Hansel,
Yes.
DeChenko.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next up are the window vinyl things for the high school. Well, it says perfs, and I felt like
Perforated vinyl.
I know, but it just says perfs, and I was like, I don't want to say that.
I know, if you don't enunciate.
So I was like, thingies.
Perforated window vinyl.
Okay.
Proper.
Jack didn't type that up for me, so.
I did not. Well, let's be fair, Jack didn't type any of that up for you, Katie did.
I asked several times.
So, originally you had something else, and I go, that's not the word. Anyway, I already went in with the authority of 10,000, but it had to get done, so I already did the wall pads. That was the 7,800. Those are already on order, so those should be able to get in pretty quick, once the things come back. The elementary got their perfs, perforated vinyl. So they know what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna wait for Mr. LaShivo from PTO to kind of give me their feedback if they wanna do it over there. Did I don't know if I actually shared that picture with you guys, did I?
Not for elementary.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. I will, I'll send you guys that tomorrow. They have, so you have the nurses' windows off to the left here a little bit, and then you have the main doors. So the nurses' windows and the office window says, "Welcome to Beecher," and it has the little orange background. And then across the very top, along the metal, it says Beecher Elementary School. And then the doors itself, we left the doors themselves clear, but around it has the, I think a Bobcat emblem around it. So that's it's kind of a facade all done for there. So I will make sure I send it to you. I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't get that picture.
Because we're not paying for it.
Which
Still like to
leaves,
see it.
yeah.
I'm just saying, that's probably why you didn't do it though.
I mean, I should, I don't know why, I include the other two, I just don't know why I didn't include it, I thought I did, I'm sorry. And then that leaves the high school. So Brandon did ask a really good question, so I forgot to share with everybody. Jack, why did you go there instead of the athletic entrance? Because the athletic entrance, people kind of come in for sports. There's two main reasons. If you drive down, even with the beautiful lights we now have, if you drive down the athletic entrance, you really can't even, they're so far back in there, and it's really dark. You could do something, it would look really cool as you approach, but you kind of miss out on the whole effect. And two, our cheerleaders really use that for like homecoming and stuff like that. That's where they put our players up on there.
Senior night at the
Yeah.
games. And
So we kind
they
of,
decorate it.
Mike and I had a conversation, we kind of took that off the table. And so when I had Jake out here, I kind of walked out there and I said, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Oh," I said, "Well, let me know." So that's the picture I provided for you, the work I have provided for you, so.
Looks cool, it's expensive.
Yeah, I'm struggling with the cost.
Can we make it cheaper? If we're gonna do this, that's a lot of money to spend. Ooh, there's my batteries here then.
So, what you,
I mean, is there an option, we're covering all the windows, and I know that perforated vinyl tends to be much more expensive just because you have the view in or out. I mean, can we lessen the number of windows that we're doing? Is it silly to do some and not others? I mean, like, it's just, I don't know, I just feel that dollar amount is a little bit hard to swallow for something that's for aesthetic purposes only. So, I don't know. That's,
I agree. I don't know. I love it, idea, but I just, is there a way to keep it lower and do something similar? Like, can you ask him if you can? I don't know.
so that's the same rate, same cost per square foot that he quoted us at the junior high. The problem with that is it's all ladder work. You can't get a lift in there, so a lot of it's ladder work, so that's additional cost to it. I mean, I can 100% look for it. It's ladder work.
what? Ladder works
It's a
harder
stand,
than.
oh yeah, I know. right.
Instead of, oh yeah, if I'm sitting on the ground,
Okay.
okay.
I guess if I take.
But the answer is yes. I mean, I can go back and say, hey, instead of covering all 55 windows, I think is what it ends up, 54, can we do 30? Instead of doing, all the way down to there.
Or just take like 2 off on them.
Yeah, or like, yeah, a couple, it just, I mean,
Well.
it might be a little much too, like, I don't know, yeah, maybe shrink it.
Yeah, I can always talk to him.
I mean, if
nothing
we
you can
could
tell me,
do-
nothing you're gonna tell me is
yeah.
gonna break my heart. Just tell me what you are looking for.
I like the same thing. I don't want him to take off like the claws because I think it looks kind of cool.
So, I
Or
mean,
maybe shrink it to knock off like 2 windows on each side.
I don't think
that's gonna be a big
I don't think it's gonna do anything.
no,
Yeah,
it's
50
two
windows.
windows isn't,
Yeah, I'm
isn't
thinking
gonna
like,
be
yeah, a
enough.
lot more than 2, but like, yeah.
I mean, I think that if you.
What's your
I
magic
can't
number? Tell me what you.
Or
what's-
maybe around 10,000.
10 to 12.
Or 9 to 10.
Well, see, and my thing is,
I'm under 10.
Under 10, and then.
well, under 10, he gets to do whatever he wants, so.
I wouldn't say it like that.
How about 11? Move
My
him over
say
that
is
10
too,
mark.
though, wasn't the Bobcat statue that Mr. Cox got like
Raise your hand if you were on the
$8,000?
board for the Bobcat, and how much do people talk smack about?
I'm just saying, this covers all of the
No
windows.
offense to previous board members, but a lot of people commented about how expensive that.
But that is little. Think of how many windows you can cover for just a couple $1,000s more.
Now I can't find where.
I think we should spend money.
You're good with it?
I think it looks really nice.
I mean,
and
we
it
can
adds
vote
to,
to
our
see
building is so bland.
It looks,
It does.
it
I
looks
mean-
very
Really
cool.
nice.
I think it might be too much. I think if we scaled it in a little, we save ourselves a little money. Maybe he could do a specific section perforated vinyl, then maybe some non-perforated accents. I don't know if he
Like
gets
the
into
paws
all
or
of
whatever,
that.
how does that?
The thing is, we have nothing, my only thing with saying no is that there is nothing in front of the building. Like, there's no landscaping, really. So like,
Also, we don't need that either. So, I don't know.
I don't know,
Can you just ask him for like a,
like other options.
another can you give us
Yeah,
another
just-
option or two closer, like a little bit less money to see what he can do?
And like you
And
said,
then maybe
does
we
it have
decide
to-
that we do like the first one better
Yeah.
anyways, we wanna spend it, 'cause
Yeah.
maybe it does pare down and be like, oh, it doesn't look good. So if you can just maybe just give us two more options of paring it down, just so we can have an
Cause
idea.
could you just stick on?
Cheap, moderate.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
3, like real
These are-
cheap, this, that.
It's
you
not
know.
gonna be
I
for
mean,
that building.
Yeah,
I think if there was.
Yeah,
I think
welcome
it's
to
gonna be
Beecher,
a
home of the, I mean, like,
But where the
It's
letters
a lot.
are, could that just be?
It's gonna look cool.
Not that perforated vinyl.
We
or
need
no?
something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like-
need
I
something.
mean, it could,
It fits.
It does have a background.
Can I ask a question? Are they covering the office windows?
Yes.
Could, this just something and maybe safety, could they just start it after the main office windows and Meyer take off those like, whatever, I don't know how many windows that is. But maybe that's an option so they can see out and
No,
in.
You
So-
can always
But
see
then in
out.
classrooms.
You can always see out.
you can
No, no, I'm
see
saying
out.
like, because that way those windows are clear and then everybody else gets to cover the teachers. Like if that's one option. I
But
don't
you
know
can
how it's
always
gonna
see
work.
out of them.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just thinking if we're gonna move something, it might be easier to like start after the office.
Like I said, let's have them give us a couple
You know.
options. and let's
But
see
if,
what-
yeah, if you're wanting
I'm
to
not a
make a
designer.
significant price, it's gonna have to be like, you're
Who
losing
knows?
20
Yeah.
windows, not we're losing 3 windows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if you have 50 windows and you're wanting to try to cut it in half, well, then you're cutting 20
Well,
windows.
well,
Which my thing is, if you do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. Like, that's kind of my vote. It looks really good. We're either gonna do it, we're gonna do it right, or we're not gonna do it.
Or don't
Because
do it.
that's my thing. I don't wanna do it and it's like, oh, it's
Looks
okay. Yeah, it looks cheap. I mean, if we don't wanna do it, we wanna save and maybe we do it next year. Like, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
But like,
Well,
if
I
we
don't-
do it, I want it to look good. I want it to be good quality. I want it to last. I want,
yeah, if you could give us like 2 more options, just so we have some ideas of alternatives, like you
We
did.
could think more about it and
Yeah.
again, maybe
Yeah, it doesn't have-
decide
we don't have
on,
to
maybe
make
we'll
it
like
now.
forget it, let's just do it, you know, maybe it doesn't look as
Yeah.
good and we're all okay with
Well,
it.
we have to see it.
Yeah,
Economy, moderate, luxury.
yeah.
or maybe, hey, we don't wanna spend that money now. We'll spend that money
First class,
like
Or
do
just-
next year.
Correct, yeah.
We'll save up, put it in the budget. I know it's not, it's a crazy amount we're talking about, an $11 million budget, and we were sitting here on $14,000. But
That's why
it's not towards academics.
Right.
It's not something that's needed for the children's education, so
and
that
when
kind of
we-
things.
And when we made the decision at the junior high, there were a couple different levels. This is a
Yes.
north facing, these are north facing windows.
Safety issue.
You know, it's not the same, we're not doing it for the same reasons.
For the junior high,
We
right.
did it at the
They
junior
needed
high.
that
It
to
looks
reach
so
for
cool,
level.
and that's why we're all like, yeah, let's do it, but when this is more expensive than something that we did and had several different reasons to do, that's where it's just kind of like you get a little lump and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we are doing the wall pad and we're doing that, so like I said, maybe this is a next year thing. Okay, we spent the money on the wall pad, we did this, okay, we know we like it, it's really a little expensive and stuff, next year. Or
I'd like
we
to
like a
see
better
it
idea,
sooner
you
than
know?
later, but maybe possibly some less expensive options if he can do less of the perforated vinyl. Maybe if he can come up with something with some vinyl accents that's not covering the entire window, so the teachers are still able to see it out. They sometimes can do like, you know, a strip of vinyl at the top, strip of vinyl at the bottom, on, you know, like if we can center something less windows. So, like to see another.
Is there a time, are we on a time constraint for this, everything?
So that is one thing I will say, so it's weather dependent, so if you wait another month, I'm fine with getting options, I'm just telling you.
We're good till
But
October.
if you get another month, then you're September, and then it takes time to make it. We should still be good if you wanted to get it done this year. But the further you put it along, it's what happened with the junior high. You guys actually
Yeah.
approved the junior high, I think, in October of last year,
It didn't happen.
and because of the weather. off.
Which, I mean, it's fine, I mean,
Yeah.
Gotta be
it has
over
to be
like
done.
30 degrees.
So, I don't wanna rush on something that we're all kinda like iffy on, if we just get some more options and just, I guess, think about it more.
Well, if it's something that we can talk, that can be brought to the next month's meeting, and then we can get it approved, and then they'll probably have some production time too, so, you know.
Ask for donations.
Okay, so we're tabling that.
Sorry.
So next up, need a motion to approve the Title I plan as submitted. So does anyone have any questions about the Title I plan? It was in the board packets. Kind of middle-ish, I think like 20, page 20 or something, if I remember right. I looked at it and I read it, okay? Because when I first got to it, I was like, what is this? Is this supposed to be in here? I don't think this is supposed to be in here. Looks a lot like an IUP, so I was like,
It's kind of loose.
No questions or anything? Anything you need to share any information about it?
No,
Same old, same old.
it really, so this is a new thing that the state's actually required as an upload for the Title I grant. So this is what we actually do, just formalized into a nice, cute ISBE document. I want to thank Lisa Harold from Mantino for providing me said document that I was able to use.
All right, so I need a motion to approve the Title I plan as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Yes.
Flores, yeah. Yes. Wait, Hansel,
Yes.
DeChenta,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Flickling.
Yes.
Motion carried. There we go.
Next is the server room air conditioner that was this? Right, for by the office, right?
Yeah,
Computer room.
that is your main server for the entire district, main server room for the entire district. So earlier this summer, it went out. It was a three-room system. It was for the main office, Mike Meyer's office, and the server room. I told Mike in the main office, you already have air conditioning, we're not going to get you a new unit. So this is just a unit for the server room to connect to the current things we have up there. Plus, it has a negative 40-degree protection on it. And it is a commercial air conditioner, it's not from Menards.
So everything, all the
So we're not saving
technology.
big money.
No 11% on that one.
Okay.
1 year parts and labor, and it's Key West, it's from Key West. We do a lot of work with them. I can promise you, they're not looking to make you mad. So,
They're one of our direct competitors, and we've worked with them before on things being subcontracted. They're a very good company.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the server room air conditioner by Key West for a cost of $10,060.
So moved.
Second.
Flores,
Yes.
Missouri. Oh, shoot.
oh, so close, Katie. Oh, how was your night?
I know. Wah, wah, wah.
Hansel,
Yes.
Pachenko.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Flickman.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Motion
Stacy
carries.
abstained.
And this is, this will be done before kids are in building, right?
Yes. It'll be finished, it'll be done and finished tomorrow. That's how important this is.
Oh, just making sure. Okay, next is other discussion items. So the IASB conference in November is the weekend before Thanksgiving. It always is the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's on there. You wanna know like who's going or who wants to go, or we're done buying early bird stuff, y'all, sorry.
Well, you bought my early, well, we bought my
Yeah,
early bird
'cause you-
stuff because I'm going. But yeah, again, put it in the back of your mind, look at the calendar, think about, I know a few years ago, Mandy, Adriana, and Brandy came up just for a day. That's an option. I've also, I think Ashley and Brandy have stayed overnight before. That's another great option. I just need to know what you guys want to do.
I would recommend everybody goes at least once during their term.
Yeah.
It's good. I would also recommend if you want to be, if you ever foresee that you want to be a president or a vice president or a secretary, going to, because they do have kind of classes that help you with that. I always love going because I don't have a lot, we don't have a lot of other rules schools that I talk to. I don't work at a rules school. I always like going to a lot of those classes and meetings because it's good to see. It is more rural Illinois where they have a lot less money. Like we think we have a lot less because of what we're used to with the suburbs and stuff and the other schools. But being able to see what they can do with what they have and get those ideas. I've always liked going to kind of those things. Yeah, the innovative stuff doesn't really apply to us. We can't afford that kind of things that they talk about, or some of the bigger ones that, you know, the bigger schools go to. But the rural ones are always kind of nice when they're like, we really wanted to redo our library and we did it for, you know, $5,000 and here's how, and kind of, I was like, it's good, it gives you good ideas that actually apply to us. And I feel like you don't get exposed to that a lot because of where we're located in the
Well,
state.
and not only that, but I mean, it puts a lot of things into perspective too. I know the first year I went, it really put us into, put it into perspective how small we are and more of appreciation for our administration and how much they do when other districts have a CFO, different people at different levels, they have marketing committees and things like that. And I'm like, I'm sitting there in this, I'm like, we don't have that, so.
Jack, you should get on that.
Right. So it gives some
The social
perspective.
media liaison.
Yeah. So,
If you vote correctly, we'll have nice window coverings.
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
You can brag about it.
But yes, they always have, there's always Saturday sessions, that you get to sign up from the list of like kind of what you want to do that's really nice. And then there's extra Friday stuff, that's why you said sometimes you can do if you want that are classes. You can do either just the one day or the both.
Where is it?
No, actually, Thursday,
Downtown.
Friday, Saturday are the two main sessions.
They have
Sunday-
even more Thursday.
Thursday's the classes.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday are your bulk
Yeah,
sessions,
'cause-
and then Sunday's kind of the.
Did I go Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
well, Thursdays
I
are
did
usually
classes.
things that, there's some things that you could pay for that are additional that aren't included.
You
I
probably
just-
got there Thursday night, so you can go to the session Friday morning.
Okay, probably, yeah, okay.
I just don't know why they have to have it on the weekend when your kids come home from college.
I know, that's one.
And another perk is there's a really nice dinner that's provided by Dr. Gaham, one of those nights. Normally Friday night.
Okay. Items for the September 10th.
Well, can I backtrack a little bit? I'm sorry, I have a
Yeah.
question
No,
real
no.
quick.
Yeah.
The lines for the one-way,
Oh, yeah.
great, except for there are definitely people still going the wrong way. Didn't we talk about putting another sign? I thought wasn't there another discussion about a sign? And then, or can they write it on the ground, the arrow pointing?
Like,
Yeah,
On the ground though,
Yeah,
like,
there's-
say, I don't know.
Yeah, we're looking into the Bobcat
The Bobcat.
clause as well.
Okay, I thought we were discussion about, I thought they were talking about a new sign, so I didn't know where that was, if that was happening, because like I said, it's great, like, it makes it easier, everyone's like, oh, it's great, but then, like, then you're like seeing the person going the wrong way
Okay,
still.
but
I think the big thing
it's
is,
never gonna happen.
I know,
mean,
but
you're never
if
gonna
we-
get rid of everybody.
we're gonna make
I
sure
still
that the
have the
wonderful
tire spike
police
idea. I
department.
don't understand why people don't like my idea.
I just said, because the one way, it doesn't, I mean, there's no like,
I'm with
the
you.
do not enter signs.
You go
like,
the
this
wrong way,
big.
the
I
tire
just didn't
spikes,
know.
they don't do it again.
Okay.
Just saying.
We can look into
Road
larger.
spikes would work. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can put an arrow, like paint an arrow like this way only on the ground.
Or can we put a sign like on Route 1 that says Beecher High School entrance?
We have.
We do,
have
there is
one.
one.
So, yeah, there's one out there.
Clearly.
The big issue is,
You better get.
it's Google, because our address is,
Google,
it's 538 Miller Street, it takes you there. All of our interests over there. If Google could switch it to take them there, that'd be great, but
And well, you need the sign that says main entrance this way,
Yeah.
soccer fields, firemen's,
Yes, maybe
whatever,
something like
and
that.
then this way is, you know, they have like always all the
Could
arrows.
we
Yeah, maybe
change our
something like that.
address?
Continue.
well, I'm sure you can.
Well, no, but put it where it's the back way, you know, where they have to go. I don't know, I'm just saying, it's an idea, okay? It's
It
an
is an
idea.
idea.
Cameras, take pictures,
is an
license
idea.
plate.
But I just wanted to put
That
that
is
out
the
there.
thing.
So maybe you can have because
The
the do
directions.
not, there's a small do not enter
It's like,
sign
yeah, this way.
that nobody's got, I mean, maybe you can have larger do not enter signs that you, because you only see it on approach, you know,
Maybe-
as you're turning, because they're facing north. You can maybe have some type of directional signs
Oh, you
that
know, they,
face.
how the
Like
turn
firemen.
with the big
Yeah.
X on it.
No, like
What if we had
Fireman's
like the
Park.
turn with the big X on it on both ways? Like you
I-
cannot turn that way.
I will get a big do not enter sign.
Could we do that for Fireman's Park or the library says no left turn to park? Because you can't cross the double line or whatever on Penfield. Could they put some of that on,
Jack,
actually
can
on?
you just stand out there with a flag?
The problem, once you start introducing signs on the road, that is no
It's-
longer the school.
yes.
Like Route 1, the only reason we have something on Route 1 is because those are theoretically school safety signs
Yeah.
through IDOT. We can't just arbitrarily put signs up. As much as I would love to, that's why we can't paint like the road. You as individual board member, as individual citizens, if you do something and IDOT calls you, that's not on me.
Cardboard sign, no.
No, but like we could do something additional, a different idea at the entrance where it's not
Yeah, I know what you mean.
facing the way that people, it faces the
Like
flow
diagonal,
of
so it goes
the
like
traffic.
this, like a
I didn't think
diagonal.
that,
so
but
you
if
see
you
it.
put it
So-
coming each ways, you have a turn sign, you put a big X, so people know they can't turn in there.
Right, so right now,
Put spikes down.
Well, no, I love the spikes idea, girl, I'm there.
Me too.
Don't even.
That's 3 votes.
I've been saying that for years.
We need to get
Had
Santa.
Stacy only been the fourth one on that one, we left with a bang.
Either that or Bowman's, I don't want to run.
So just think about it.
Yeah, let me talk, we can definitely get a bigger do not enter sign. Let me talk to Nathan, see some options we have. Let me see if the village doesn't have
I
something.
mean, the bad part is sometimes it is people that don't know.
No,
A
sometimes.
lot of the time,
it's people who
you know the people that do it and they know.
Yeah.
You
There
mean
was
the
like,
the guys who will literally cuss Mike and I out?
Yeah.
The people who go stop to yell at me and Mike?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just like,
During
Cool.
graduation.
we're doing it not to hit
Like,
children,
kids.
people. That's
right?
Yeah. But we'll, we do collect license plates and we do report them, so Jim will be on that for us as well.
Okay. So items for the September 10th meeting, a budget hearing and approval of budget. Is there any other meetings or anything that need to happen before that?
You're gonna have a window perf discussion in September as well.
Perfect.
At this time, I don't again, these are your committees. I'll call them whenever
Yeah, but do
I
you
need
have a
them. At
need
this
for
time,
them?
I don't have a need for any particular. The windows, I had another company come out to give me an idea, so when that comes in, I'll give it to you
Windows
guys.
for the elementary.
Yeah.
Do you have
Hopes and dreams? No more.
I know that in July, we did the board goals as far as that we redid those and stuff like that. I know the strategic plan stems from that. Do you kind of have a skeleton of when you think that would be started, finished? I know it'll probably take most of the year, but I just didn't know if you would start, you know.
I have not started that yet.
I figured it hadn't. It's only been a month.
Had some other things on
Yeah,
my plate.
yeah.
To be fair, those strategic goals are actually valid through 2026, so I got a year.
Okay, I knew it would take most of the year, so that's why I'm just making sure that it's going to take a year, because I figured.
Oh,
with
yes,
the- And then,
yes.
it's contract time too, so. we'll have all those negotiations
Yep.
too. Those won't have to start for a couple months though, correct?
I'm meeting with the executive committee tomorrow, as I do every year at the beginning of the year, just kind of running through some things, and that'll be one of the topics of discussion.
Okay. So upcoming dates, not really. So next up is adjournment. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So, second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned. 7:43.
I thought that was really good that I got almost